The great cogs of justice, they turn slowly, but they grind everything down in the end. And the little iron cogs in my mind, they are turning even now. Do you not think so, Bexhill?
If you say so, Sparrow. Damned if I can see my way clear through this one.
Things become clear in the end, mon ami. Light burns away all but the truth. Now, let us see what shadows the light of Sparrow's intellect might scare away, no? Take me through our suspect, s'il vous plaît.
Yes. Yes. The victim's widow, Lady Susan Bosomley Basket Case, his second wife of 5 years and the sole beneficiary in his will. His son, Percy Eiffel Basket Case, Conservative MP for Bedgebury and Dixter, well respected around these parts. His daughter, Esmeralda Quelana Evergreen, socialite and great blower of smoke rings. Lord Vorken, usurper of the Tiger Throne and mad necromancer of Elatria. Bit of a cad, if you don't mind me saying. And finally, Stephen Pfeffendorf, the victim's solicitor who just so happened to be present the night of the murder.
Très bien, mon petit Bexhill. But you are forgetting our prime suspect, no? Professor Sir Gramercy Basket Case.
But the professor is the victim, Sparrow, found poisoned in his stately bathroom following his biannual bisexual opium orgy.
Ah, but the professor was a man of singular interests, mon ami. Experiments into the weight of the soul, the creation of automata, and a man who believes that guilt has a physical mass and is stored in the bladder. We must not count him out yet, Bexhill.
If you say so, Sparrow. I still think the dog did it.
Perhaps, mon ami. After all, there is much of science and nature that we do not know. For example, the wandering albatross is the largest living species of bird. But how big is its wingspan?
All right, so question 1. How big is the welcome to CoronaQuiz. How big is the wingspan of the wandering albatross? Question 1 in the Science and Nature round. How big is the wingspan of the wandering albatross? I'm afraid I don't know, Sparrow. You're the one with the avian namesake.
Vrai, mon ami. Very vrai. You may not create the great current, Bexhill, but you are a great conductor. Come, let us visit the scullery. There is one place we have yet to look. Tristesse, désolé, merde, où est le poisson?
The fish, Sparrow?
No, the poison. It must be here, mon ami. My intellect detects it.
Do you mean this, Sparrow? I found it by the victim's corpse, but I don't see how it could be connected. After all, poison is a woman's weapon, and I hardly think any of the women around here could be guilty of murder.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did not think it was connected. Bexhill, you... Perhaps back in less civilized times we thought that women were not capable of murder, but this is 1911. Let me see this bouteille. Remind me, what was it that Lady Erica Biscuit told us about the professor's favorite tipple? It had a special ingredient. What was it again?
What was it? Sodium chloride? That tastes like piss. Take that away.
So the question there posed by Lady Erica Biscuit was, what is what is sodium chloride better known as? Question 2 in Science and Nature, what is sodium chloride better known as?
All is becoming... What was that?
Bloody hell, Scarper!
Someone's been listening in, Sparrow. We must tread lightly, mon ami. Follow me outside, away from prying eyes. Confound it, Bexil. There are so many variables. Mon petit iron cogs refuse to turn. Answers elude me. For instance, Opportunity was the name of the first NASA probe to land on Mars. True or false? Vrai ou false? Désolé. What was it again? Someone's... Confound it, Bexil. There are so many variables to turn. Answers elude me. For instance, Opportunity was the name of the first NASA probe to land on Mars. True or false? Vrai ou false?
True or false? Opportunity was the name of the first NASA probe to land on Mars. Opportunity was the name of the first NASA probe to land on Mars. True or false?
Dashed if I know, Sparrow. I'm still trying to work out how many legs a lobster has.
Question number 4 in Science and Nature. How many legs does a lobster have? Question number 4. How many legs does a lobster have?
Perhaps God did not intend for man to have all the answers, mon ami. After all, there was most unnatural work going on here at Corona Manor. Remember the automaton we discovered in the professor's shed?
Oh, hello there. When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be quite a human if I only had a heart. As you know, the tinsmith forgot to give me a heart. My question is, how many chambers does the human heart have?
The final question in Science and Nature. How many chambers does the human heart have? How many chambers does the human heart have? And I will repeat some of these questions again in a little bit. One thing to note, I didn't ask him to do that. That was unsolicited. That was an unsolicited Tin Man.
Well, there is one answer at least. What does that dinging signify, I ask, and the little iron cogs they turn? It means that supper is served, Bexil. Let us go. Perhaps things will be clearer after our repast.
Well, we'll check back in with Sparrow and Bexhill in a little bit as they try to solve the mystery at Corona Manor Part 5. But now, because we heard that noise, it means we're moving on to our famous Connecto round. Now, this is legally distinct and is Connecto. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You get a point if you get every single one of them right, but you'll get double your points for the round if you find the connection between all the answers. So, as we go along, try to think, what could the connection be? Question number 6, which is the first in the Connecto round. What would you call somebody who casts magic with a staff or a wand? So question number 6, what would you call someone who casts magic with a staff or a wand? Question number 7, in which city would you find the Scott Monument? In which city in the UK would you find the Scott Monument? I gave you that. It's in the UK. Never say I don't do anything for you. Question number 8. What is the common term for an electrostatic discharge found during a storm? So when two things of pressure... I don't know the science. What's the common term for an electrostatic discharge found during a storm? Question number 9. Question number 9. Who was the frontman of Jamiroquai? What is the name of the frontman of Jamiroquai? I just needed a boost. And the final question for the Connecto round. What is the common term for a train that goes direct? So without stopping at any other station, what is the common term for a train that goes straight from one destination to another? Let's go through all those again, including the ones from Science and Nature. So, Science and Nature question 1. What is the wingspan of the mean wingspan, the average, of the wandering albatross? What is the average wingspan of the wandering albatross? Question number 2. Ably asked by Lady Erica Biscuit, played by Nolly. What is the more common name for sodium chloride? What is the more common name for sodium chloride? Question number 3. True or false? The first NASA probe on Mars was called Opportunity. True or false? Vrai or false? Question number 4. How many legs does a lobster have? And question number 5. How many chambers does the human heart have? Moving on now to the Connecto round. What would you call somebody who casts magic with a staff or a wand? What would you call somebody who casts magic with a staff or wand? In which city would you find the Scott Monument? What is the common term for an electrostatic discharge found during a storm? And who is the frontman of Jamiroquai? Who fronts Jamiroquai? And what is a common term for a train that goes direct? Now, if you need any of those repeated, put it in the comments, or you can tweet me directly at Chris M. Sutcliffe. You're going to want to do that anyway, because at the end, the winner is going to get a chance to gamble or stick with the original prize. Now, Chris, what is the original prize? Well, I think Chris is about to tell us. Thanks, Chris. This time, our players are competing for this multi-purpose kitchen tool. Keep spaghetti in it, stand forks up in it, trying to keep sauce in it. It's up to them, but it really is a multi-purpose tool and something that I know they'll be killing one another to try to get. Back to you, Chris. I hope they're not killing one another. That would be very bad for our already paltry ratings. Please do tell your friends. Please tell all your friends about this. I just played it. Oh, don't forget, if you are on Twitch, you can leave a comment in the bottom there. I won't shame you, as I just did Rahul. But moving on. So I'm going to do the answers now to those first 2 rounds. Please be strict. I'm asking you to mark your own, but please do be strict. And remember, you get double the points for the Connecto round if you get the connection. So, Science and Nature, question 1. How big is the average wingspan of the Albatross? It's 10 foot-ish. So you can have 10 or 11 foot for that. You can have 10 or 11 foot. I'm being generous this week. Everybody's getting on my case. Oh, it's so hard. What a hard quiz. This one's easier. You see what I'm doing? Question number 2. What is the more common name for sodium chloride? That's salt. That's salt. You put it on the rim of your margarita, and that's the only use for salt. Question number 3. Opportunity was the first NASA probe to land on Mars. That is false. It was the second. It was the second one. Question number 4. How many legs does a lobster have? You're going to have to work out what that is in meters on your own. I'll give yourself a point if you're close. I'm being kind. How many legs does a lobster have? It has 10 legs. So it has 4 sort of jointed legs that it walks on, and then the 2 claws at the front are counted as legs. I asked a biologist about this, by which I mean I Googled it. And question number 5, asked by my father in a Tin Man costume, how many chambers does the human heart have? It has 4. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but I love each and every one of you. So each of those chambers has infinite capacity. I wasn't quick enough off the mark on that. That should have been faster. The Connecto round. Remember, you get double the points for this round if you find every single answer and find the connection. No, in fact, you get double the points if you find the connection. Just double however many answers you get. You get the point. You get the point. It's Connecto. It's legally distinct. Question number 1. What would you call somebody who casts magic with a staff or a wand? You'd call them a wizard or a witch. So a point for wizard or witch. 1 point in total if you get either wizard or witch. Question number 2. In which city is the Scott Monument? Well, that is in Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Up in Scotland, that is in Edinburgh. Question number 3. What is the common term for an electrostatic discharge found during a storm? That's lightning. That is lightning. Hopefully you got that. Question number 4. Who's the frontman of Jamiroquai? That's JK. That's JK. They're still going, and it's JK. And the final question for the Connecto round. What is a common term for a train that goes direct? What is a common term for a train that goes direct? That is an express. So see if you can find the connection between these answers. Wizard or witch, Edinburgh, lightning, JK, and express. Hopefully you got that right. It was significantly easier than the last time we did Connecto. The answer is, of course, shapes. The answer is shapes. What would you call someone who casts magic with a staff or a wand? Well, you might call them a wizard or witch. I'd call them a square. That's what I'd call them. Question number 2. In which city is the Scott Monument? Well, that's Edinburgh, but you'll find tributes to Scott all around Edinburgh, round like a circle, of course. Question number 3. What is the common term for an electrostatic discharge found during a storm? Well, that's lightning. Watch this shape I'm drawing. So that's lightning. That's a shape. Who is the frontman of Jamiroquai? Well, that's JK, but a question mark is a shape. A question mark that you might find on the end of Jamiroquai. So that's a question mark for there, which is a shape. And what is a common term for a train that goes direct? Well, that's the express, but what do they run on? Lines. So there you go. Tot up your scores for that. And what we're going to do is, if you want to... I'm going to announce something. If you can message me the solution to the murder that Sparrow is trying to solve, then please put that in the chat, because you're going to get a bonus 2 points if you get that one right. Okay, so tot up your scores, and we're going to check back in with Sparrow and Bexhill for the next round. Oh, that's
Oh, come now, let chatter chase the pall from this table. Why, let us discuss
news and current affairs.
Why, I heard that only one country in Europe is still allowing its Premier League football matches to go ahead. Which is it?
So the question there is, which is the only country in Europe that is still allowing its Premier League football matches to go ahead despite there being a fucking pandemic going on? And also the mafia's muscled in on it. It's a really good story. But which country is it that's allowing its Premier League football matches to continue even though there's a pandemic going on?
Come now, Mother. Do you really think that idle quiz questions could take our mind off the current crisis? Why, you'd have to be a real fucking idiot to spend ages making a quiz for people, probably dressing in homemade drag and whatever, to try to take their minds off things and not even charge for it or anything. My Lady Esmeralda. Mère Lady Esmeralda, do you not have a saying in this country, life she goes on? Perhaps idle trivia is exactly what we need, no? We also say, idle hands are the devil's plaything. All right, but that doesn't really work here. You're just saying a phrase with idle in it. I mean, you could... Shut the fuck up, Sparrow. I thought it was an excellent turn of phrase, Lady Esmeralda. You evidently have a very talented mouth. How about that? Well, I say, I wonder how old the actress Kate Winslet will be on April 20th, 2020.
So that's not her birthday. That's not Kate Winslet's birthday. I just want you to tell me, how old is Kate Winslet today? How old is the actress Kate Winslet today, in this day and age? How old is she?
And I bet that same week, a 99-year-old man would raise over £20 million for the National Health Service, which has been established by walking round and round his garden. But how much did he initially set out to raise? Oh, my old bones, my old bones.
So that's question number 13. The Tories' underfunding of the NHS forced a 99-year-old man to walk round and round his garden in order to raise money for the NHS. But how much did he initially set out to raise? He's obviously smashed that target. He's way past 25 million now, I think. But how much did he initially set out to raise because Tories are scum? Let me know.
Et voilà. Now c'est moi turn to ask a question. I believe you'd all like to know what the highest grossing movie in 2019 was.
So, question number 14. The fourth in news and current affairs. What was the highest grossing movie last year? I was going to do this year, but the pandemic has kind of shut everything down. So, what was the highest grossing movie in 2019? Tories are underfunding the NHS.
Who it was that killed the professor? Well, Sparrow has the answer. That's ridiculous. From those questions, you might as well have asked which month St. David's Day is celebrated in.
So that's another question for this round. In which month is St. David's Day celebrated? In which month is St. David's Day celebrated?
Hello, sir. Telegram for you.
Merci, my oddly husky young friend. Ah, et voilà. The final piece she falls into place. This is a telegram from Inspector Billy Bragg at Scotland Yard. It contains the final piece of information I needed to be certain. Now, before I begin, does anybody have anything to say?
I do, Sparrow. I cannot remember what the second last question I asked was. Give me one.
Bones. £20 million for the my old bones.
I got it.
I needed to be certain. Now, before I begin, does anybody have anything to say?
Fucking hell. Well, we'll check back in with that once everybody's totted up their scores for that and the final round, which we're going to do now, which is music. So don't forget, if you get your answer to who committed that murder in before we get through to the end, then you'll get 2 extra points. And you know what? Let's do the final round, which is music, before I tell you what you could be gambling for. Don't forget that you're playing for this. Thanks, Chris. This time, it's up to them, but it really is a multi-purpose tool and something that I know. The toilet roll. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've recorded a couple of songs for you on guitar, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them for you. Oh, question number 15, Freddie, was in which month is St. David's Day celebrated? So for this round, music round, what I'm going to do is I've recorded some songs. I have sung the lyrics to another song to a song. And what I want you to do is tell me who is the artist for both songs. You get a point for each. So there's a total of 10 points to get in this round. Okay, so what I'm asking for is the name of the artist whose lyrics I took a song from. What? And also the name of the artist whose song it is. So you get the point. You get the point. All right, so I'm going to play the first one now and sit staring awkwardly down the lens because I didn't think this through really.
There's a stranger in my bed. There's a pounding in my head. Glitter all over the room. Pink flamingos in the pool. I smell like a minibar. DJ's passed out in the yard. Bobby's on the barbecues. There's a hickey or a bruise. The pictures of last night ended up online. I'm screwed. Oh well, it's a blacked out blur. But I'm pretty sure it rolled down last Friday night. Yeah, we danced on tabletops and we took too many shots. Think we kissed, but I forgot. Last Friday night. Yeah, we maxed our credit cards and got kicked out the bar, so we hit the boulevard last Friday night. We went streaking in the park, skinny dipping in the dark, then had a menage a trois last Friday night.
Okay, so that's question number 16, the first in the music round. I want you to tell me who recorded the original song and whose lyrics I took that song from. You get the point, right? You get the point. This is the second one for that now. It's probably the one I'm least fond of. So let's just try to get past this one, all right? Let's just get past it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got something to tell you. Yeah, I've got some news for you. Gonna put some wheels in motion. Get ready, cause we're coming through. Yeah, we're coming through. Hey now, hear what I say now. Happiness is just around the corner. Hey now, hear what I say now.
So tell me who recorded that song, who did I take the tune from, and who did I take the lyrics from? That's a much better way of explaining it. A point for each. Who did I take the tune from, and who did I take the lyrics from? Moving on now to the next one, which is it's question number 18, but it's the third in the music round.
We're caught in a trap and I can't walk out, because I love you too much, baby, too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I say. We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can't build our dreams on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know stops by to say hello, would I still see suspicion in your eyes? Here we go again, asking where I've been. You can't see these tears over, yeah, I'm right.
So who was that? Who did I take the tune from? Who did I take the lyrics from? And who's going to try to claim this when I put this up on YouTube? Everybody, probably. And the fourth one in the music round, I'm looking for who did I take the tune from and who did I take the lyrics from?
Here I am in the place where I come let go, Miami, the base and the sunset low. Every day like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day. No work, all play, okay. So we sip a little something, later rest to spill. Me and Charlie at the bar running up a high bill. Nothing less to ill when we dress to kill. Every time the ladies pass they be like, I will. You'll feel me, all ages and races, real sweet faces, every different nation, Spanish, Haitian, Indian, Jamaican, black, white, Cuban, and Asian. I only came for 2 days of playing, but every time I come I always wind up staying. That's the type of town I could spend a few days in. Miami, the city that keeps the roof blazing, party in the city where the heat is on, lying on the beach till the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami, bienvenidos a Miami.
So who did I take the tune from for that one, and who did I take the lyrics from? I appreciate that this is a hard round because I'm not good at guitar, and I'm even worse at singing, which is why you're in for a treat, because I'm about to do a live version of one of those songs. So what I'm looking for here is who did I take the tune from, and who did I take the lyrics from? Are you ready? Because I'm fucking not. One sec. Wow, for this one up. Right about now, the funk soul brother. Check him out now, the funk soul brother. Right about now, the funk soul brother. You get it? Right about now, the funk soul brother. Check him out now, the funk soul brother. Right about now. All right, so who was that? Who did I take the tune from? Who did I take the lyrics from? Just while you're doing that and totting those scores up, let's have a little clip from my favourite one of those.
Here I am in the place where I come let go, Miami, the base and the sunset low. Every day like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day.
Oh, well,
no
actually,
work, all play, okay.
Play number 17 again. So, all right. Let's go through them all again quite quickly. So this is number 16.
There's a stranger in my bed. There's a pounding in my head. Glitter all over the room. Big flamingos in the pool. I smell like a minibar. DJ's passed out in the yard. Bobby's on the barbecues. There's a hickey or a bruise.
Okay, next one.
1, 2, 3, 4. I've got something to tell you. Yeah, I've got some news for you. Gonna put some wheels in motion. Get ready, cause we're coming through. Yeah, we're coming through. Hey now, hear what I say. Hey now, happiness is just around the corner. Hey now, hear what I say now.
Okay, that'll do for that one because it's my least favourite. The next one, here we go.
We're caught in a trap and I can't walk out. Can't walk out. Because I love you too much, baby. Too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I say, we can't go on together with suspicious minds. And we can't build our dreams on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know stops by to say hello, would I still see suspicion in your eyes? Here we go again, asking where I've been. You can't see these tears over.
And the final, and the fourth one.
Here I am in the place where I come let go. Miami, the base and the sunset low. Every day like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day. No work, all play, okay. So we sip a little something, later rest to spill. Me and Charlie at the bar running up a high bill. Nothing less to ill when we dress to kill. Every time the ladies pass they'll be like, I will. You'll feel.
You got that one. And so the final one.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check him out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. What the fuck is this? It just hit me what I'm doing. Right about now.
All right. So let's. What I'm going to do is we're going to check back in with. No, in fact, no, we're not. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the answers now to that second round, and then we're going to check back in with Sparrow for the denouement, of what's been happening at Corona Manor. You can have that. You can have that. Okay, so question 11: which Premier League team, which country is still playing its Premier League matches even though coronavirus is happening? That's Belarus. That's Belarus. Question number 12. How old is Kate Winslet now? She's 44. 44. How much did what's-his-face old fella set out to raise for the NHS? He set out to raise £1,000 and he smashed that. He smashed it. Question number 14. Oh, which was the highest grossing movie? I smudged it. Which was the highest grossing movie last year? That was Avengers Endgame, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And in which month is St. David's Day celebrated? Well, that's March. That's in March. For the music, what I've done is I've combined the names of the artists here, so it might take me a while to figure out. Number 16, Dire Perry. So that's Dire Straits and Katy Perry. Dire Straits and Katy Perry. 17, that was Broken Bells and Venga Boys, or Broken Boys, as I've written down here. Broken Boys. Number 18, that was Fountains of Wayne and Elvis Presley, or Fountains of Elvis Presley. Fountains of Wayne, Elvis Presley. 19, that was Will Smith and Dolly Parton, or Willie Parton, as I put down here. And the last one was Fatboy Slim and the Shins, or Fatboy Shins, as I've written down here. Okay, so remember, you get 2 points per each question there if you get both right. So what I want you to do now is tot up your scores, but think about this, because you could be walking away with... Sorry, that was also partly hard because I can't find my glasses and I've lost my contacts, so I'm squinting at every single thing. Every single thing I'm squinting at. So tot up your scores, but then also I want you to know if you want to gamble, because I'm going to tell you what the prize is now. You can either walk away with that multi-purpose kitchen tool, or I will buy the winning team a pizza. No bullshit, I'll buy you a pizza. All you have to do is decide now if you're going to gamble. Get your scores into me while we go through the credits. No, the denouement of Sparrow, Mystery at Corona Manor. Let me know your scores.
Vraiment, the little lion cogs have ground the weight of this problem into a fine flour, from which we might bake the bread of justice. Le pain de justice. She is bitter for the guilty, but soft and warm for the righteous. At first I thought it must be you, Mr. Pfaffendorf, because you are greasy and weird. But that grease helped mon little cogs turn even faster, no? Chercher la femme? No, no, no. It was money that was the motive. You, Mr. Tory MP Percy Eiffel Basket Case, you have been stealing money from your parents to fund an ill-thought-out hotel conversion of this manor, have you not?
Well, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me with immigrants. Mummy, you have to believe me. It wasn't me with immigrants. It couldn't have been me. I was at Checkers. Mummy, please, you have to believe me. It was immigrants.
You have stolen to the tune of nearly £20,000, which is quite a sum in this, the year of our Lord 19. But you did not kill your father. You have not these stones. But as for you, Lady Esmeralda Evergreen, I knew what you were to right from the start. You were also innocent. You are innocent. And so, at last we come to you, Lady Suzanne. Or, should I say, almost at last, because the dog did it. Do not think too harshly of Daisy May, which is a great dog's name, by the way. You see, for all the professor's smarts, he had a blind spot. He believed that dogs can read. And when he sent Daisy May out of the bathroom to get more rum, well, she returned with a tincture even more potent than that. In his post-orgy fatigue, he swigged from the poison. As you English might say, it's a shitter, all right. But Sparrow, you're forgetting one thing. Dogs can read. No, mon ami. The telegraph I received from Scotland Yard confirmed that dogs cannot read. Well, that just about wraps everything up in a neat little bow. Rather like the one on old Daisy May's head over there. Mon ami.
Sorry, wrong one. Now, I have a couple of admissions to make. What I want you to do, is if you guessed that it was, in fact, the dog, then add 2 points to your score and let me know. Because we actually have a couple of very close teams up at the top. But I do have a couple of things to say. I took some editorial liberties there. Obviously, I cast Tory MP as a bit of a sort of like, I don't know, just like slimy, trying to exculpate himself. Really a bit of a bastard. I, of course, downplayed what Tories are actually like. All Tory men are like that, but I downplayed it a little bit for that, and I'm sorry for editorializing. And the next... Oh, and also, dogs in real life can't commit murder because they're all angels. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play the Willie Parton again. Please do get your final scores in very quickly. Here I am in the place where I come let go, Miami, the base and the sunset low. Every day like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day. No work, all play okay. So we sip a little something, later rest to spill. Me and Charlie at the bar running up a high bill. Nothing less to ill when we dress to kill. Every time the ladies pass they be like, "Hi Will." You'll feel me, all ages and races, real sweet faces, every different nation, Spanish, Haitian, Indian, Jamaican, black, white, Cuban, and Asian. I only came for 2 days of playing, but every time I come I always wind up staying. This the type of town I could spend a few days in. Miami, the city that keeps the roof blazing. Party in the city where the heat is on, lying on the beach till the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami, bienvenidos a Miami. Alright, so we have a winner. Lothair Road were on 19, but they managed to guess that the dog did it. So, that's Rahul, Heidi, and Kat. Who would have guessed that Kat would have thought a dog did it? I need you to let me know now if you're going to gamble or not. I'm really struggling to read these comments. So you can either stick with the prize. Thanks, Chris. It's up to them, but it really is a multi-purpose tool and something that I know they'll be killing one another to try to get. Back to you, Chris. Or are you going to gamble for this pizza? I need you to let me know now. I'll add a timer. I can't see. I don't think you've commented yet. Okay. All right. They've decided to stick, everybody. I'm sorry. That's well within their right. They've decided to stick. Yeah, they've decided to stick. Thank you very much for joining. I'll get them their toilet roll, their multi-purpose kitchen holder. Don't worry about that. I'll get that to them. But thank you very, very... Oh. Yeah, they're sticking. They're sticking. Thank you very much for playing, everybody. It's been a delight as ever. Maybe the last one. I don't know. But thank you very much, and goodbye.